Okay guys, I'm going to get started on mounting these rear sets. I've marked the centre of the peg. I'm going to trim this along there, around there, up over through to here. This isn't exactly vertical. I may have to sort of cut this, bend it in and re-weld it and grind it flush. So the peg will sit here like that. The master cylinder will sit like that in line with the engine. I'll have to make up a little bracket that'll bolt here and come up and pick up these two holes here. The hydraulic line will go from here down under there and up the back to the caliper. The reservoir hose will just come up this guy, and I'll probably mount the reservoir about there. Let me show you on the other side. On this side I've already drilled a hole here in the right spot. I've also marked it up where I'm going to cut it. I did that mainly just to sit on the bike and get the feel of whether I like that position, and I do. It feels really good actually. So this side's quite simple with this linkage here. I think it's going to work a treat. Needs a bit of work yet. My brother's got a lathe, but it's a hassle to go all that way just for a couple of spaces. But here's where we're at. I've got this mounted at the moment with just this one button head bolt here. I think the button heads look better than the regular cap head. There is a small issue in that I think that lever may have to come up, and it may actually slightly clash here with that bolt. I can either shim the peg out a bit more, but I think the best option would be to countersink these bolts so that they're flush with the surface there. It would look better too. I'm not sure about leaving it polished alloy. I may paint it black, let it blend in. All the frame's going to be black. I think it'll look better blended in. This is the pressure switch. It also holds on the hydraulic line, and that'll be wired into the old pressure switch wiring. So I've just got the one bolt through at the moment. I need to fill in all these holes before I drill this last hole. The other thing I'm going to do is weld in another 1.6 plate here. I've actually straightened these out. I had a bit of pipe on here and just bent these vertical, but I do think that they may be a bit weak. I think if a big fat bugger gets on here and jumps up and down on the pegs, that they will probably bend a bit, so I'm just going to beef that up, I think. I've also mounted the brake reservoir up there. That'll be nice and hidden. The seat will come up like that, and I'll just run the hose from here down along this guy down to here. I've whipped off the swing arm and the rear drive just to get access into there, but these will have to be sandblasted and painted. I've taken off the Aussie design regulation plate which is mounted there. I'm probably just going to weld those holes up and maybe mount that up there instead. It gets covered in shit here and it's not a good spot. It'll be visible. Swing arm bearings seem okay. I think I'm going to leave those. All good. Just a quick look at the bike. I've got a 12-inch reverse cone muffler just wired up there. It's from one of my other bikes. I think I like that look. I'm going to have to weld on a tab to pick that up there. These come from Cone Engineering in the US. They don't come with the bracket. You have to make that or buy that and weld it on yourself, but that's not an issue. I probably will have to bring that angle up a little bit. I'll just cut that across there and re-weld it at the angle I need to get that line going. I've also got the front mudguard shoved in there to see what that'll look like again. I'll need to weld a couple of tabs on the top and bottom of the swing arm to mount that. I'll cut this battery bracket off here and these two brackets here. There's the old peg mounts to come off the frame, one there and one on the other side. But overall I think that looks pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm going to be happy with that. Okay, it's the next day. I've got rid of the battery box bracket and the top brackets that for the battery box. I've got rid of the peg mounts, the old ones, both sides. I've decided not to put a tab on here for the exhaust. I'm just going to put a hole and put a hanger. So I just need to drill those holes. And what's coming up next? I've got to mount the guard on the swing arm. I need to sort out this side stand. It's a bit loose. Then I'll get on to pulling apart that front end there and putting the clip-ons on, sorting out the headlight mount, and after that comes pulling the engine out of the frame, stripping all the electrics off, getting the bare frame, getting that away for blasting and powder coating, along with all this other new stuff. All that and more coming up on the Caffeinated Racer Workshop.